Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 84 of Aokana,蒼の彼方のフォーリズム. Firstly, I want to mention I've had things on and off past week and a half or so a bit later than usual this episode, but anyway. Also, I noticed last episode, I think it was when I was going through it, there was a bit of the voice is a bit breathy, I guess you could say. It's hard to explain, but I just hope that nothing's changed in the settings or something like that, but do let me know if anything's changed or if you notice anything. But anyway. Okay, so last episode. It was alright. It followed an interesting episode, I should say. And what we've saw last episode kind of made me feel like we were getting close to, I guess you could say, the confession arc, or where confessions would start going around. But I still am a bit worried in regards to Masaya. This episode, this part, I should say, has helped alleviate it a little bit, but it's still worrying in a sense. Anyway, we started off last episode with Mashiro waking up early for her supposed solo training, I think it was. And after some flying, she had noticed that she spotted something, which we could tell later on was this blue sky. Then we go straight into another cut scene where we could easily see it was a dream, and we could see it was Masaya's dream. We seem soon to find out that it was a nightmare. But anyway, he wakes up from it, and well, the dream itself was interesting because it shows something that would be shown after that, which is blue sky. It shows that he's still traumatized by it, or he's still a bit worried about it, about the blue sky in a sense. Anyway, he wakes up and he finds someone or something tapping or knocking on his window. We find out that it is Mashiro, and who is quickly rushing him to put his grab shoes on and to head out. As we're flying out, he noticed that Mashiro's seems to have improved a lot recently, and he isn't sure why. And at that time, I was quite annoyed, maybe because he's supposed to be the coach, he's supposed to notice that these types of changes. But then it makes sense later on when he does finally realize he didn't know about her morning training. So the extra work that she's put in, he hasn't noticed. But I mean, obviously you would notice her slightly improved during practice itself. But anyway. So that at least made up for it, I guess you could say. Anyway, they finally reach their destination of this blue sky. And at first he was a bit confused, but once she had spoke about how he wanted to see a blue sky, he kind of put two and two together anyway. Yeah, the scene last episode was a bit alright. I don't know, I felt like something was missing. I'm not too sure what it was. Anyway, as we were talking amongst each other, he started understanding her intentions and started to really contemplate about his feelings about the blue sky and his past and things like that. And then he comes out to tell Mashiro about his past, about how he used to be a good flying circus player, I should say. And the last episode was a bit weird for me as well, because it felt like he was putting himself on a pedestal quite a lot. Like, it was shown that he had quite a ego, I guess you could say is the right word. I don't know. He thought too highly of himself when he was young. But it didn't feel like he was... For most of the common routes, I didn't get that feeling from him. But then all of a sudden, it just started feeling like he's getting back to his old self again, where he thinking to highlight himself again. I don't know, it feels a bit disconnected for me, I don't know why. But yeah, they started talking about his past and how he was, I guess you could say. How strong he was. But yeah, it's hard for me to explain how I felt about the last episode. It was alright, I guess you could say. But I'm hoping we get something here. I'm not too sure what we can expect, honestly. Because we know how Mashiro feels about him. But the thing is, I don't know how Masaya feels right now. I just hope this isn't the kind of suspension bridge effect where he is getting a bit emotional with his past, talking about it, and Mashiro comforts him slightly, and then all of a sudden he starts feeling something towards her. It felt like a bit shawned into it a bit, but yeah. Let's see. I'm really hoping to see something here today. So yeah, let's see. It's the truth. The only exception was around Aoi-san. I acted like I was the king of the world around everyone else. I get embarrassed just thinking about it, so I try not to.
私はその頃より今の方がずっとずっと。私はその頃より今の方がずっとずっと。
If you were to compare your past to now, I think rather something around those lines. She's comparing his past to himself, how he is now.
いいなと思います。
Thanks for saying that. I really needed to hear that.
私は才能のある人の気持ちってわかりませんから。動画を見たとき、ちょうど私もどうして自分には才能がないんだろうって悩んでた時期で、アスカ先輩に才能を持つ人の気持ちを聞いてしまいました。
What did she tell you?
それは女の子同士の秘密ですけど。
Well, I'm pretty darn curious.
でも、案外普通なんだってちょっとほっとしました。
Well, yeah, talented people are just like the rest of us. They smile when they win, and they get upset and frustrated when they lose. She just takes my response in silence. I guess she's trying to be considerate by not asking me too many personal questions. But that might just be why I want to tell her everything. I imagine the questions that are on her mind and respond. I don't know why I took that loss as hard as I did. Or maybe I just want someone to listen. I want her to hear my story, then give me some sort of response.
FC は相手のいるスポーツです。みんな勝つために必死で頑張ってるんです。だからこそ余計に勝ちたいし、負けたら悔しいんじゃないですか?
Yeah. Went all this time not understanding. Was I upset because the complete beginner was doing so well? The fact that they had raw talent that I didn't anger me? Or was it something different? Who's he referring to here? Because I don't recall him being upset or angry at anybody at the club. Or was it the person who beat him? Was that person a complete beginner? Then again, you can't always try to explain emotions with logic. Losing feels bad. Plain and simple. It's the same for everyone.
でももしかしたら本当に努力して視力を尽くしてお互いを称え合える、尊敬し合える試合ができたら。 負けても笑ってピースってできるかもしれません。
I don't know. Like, I can understand, but that's different for some people who are overly competitive. Like me, for example, extremely competitive. Even if it was a close match, or even if it's like I was enjoying it midway, you lose, and if you lose, you're still upset about it. It's not like you're smiling and you really enjoyed the match type of thing. It's like, it depends on the person, I guess you could say. That sounds kind of dumb.
どうしてですか？漫画やゲームだとよくありそうなちょっといいシーンじゃないですか。
Well, I'm not sure I'm a kind of person who can do that.
そんなこと言っても私がピースする相手は先輩ですからね。二人で試合するんですから。
Don't say that, Mashiro. You're gonna jinx yourself.
言われてみれば確かにそれはそうですね。
She sinks into the thought for a few seconds, but then her face lights up.
決めました。
Kimimashita is more like I made up my mind, or I know what to do, in a sense. What?
お待ちな。ご褒美です。お待ちな。ご褒美です。
So yeah, this is what it says, almost like omamori? I'm saying that wrong, but it's a good luck charm, in a sense. Okay.
こないだお母さんと話した時に聞いたんです。これができたら〇〇みたいな。
Yep, exact same thing as what her parents did. Oh, so dangling the carrots in front of the horse. How do they say that in Japanese? Oh no. I think that's Uma. Horse. This kanji is quite similar to bird and island. They look quite similar. But I'm pretty sure this was the horse kanji. So it does make sense, yeah. Obviously, because island or bird doesn't make sense in this context.
そうなるものを先輩に言います。
I'm the one giving you this reward?
絶対に言います。必ず言います。
You're really scaring me here. But fine, I'll do it.
可愛い後輩の言うことくらい聞くものです。
Just don't make it too expensive, please.
お金なんて必要ありません。
I can't get you real diamond jewelry, okay?
先輩にとって私ってそんなイメージですか。
I feel like she said something about how is that the type of image you have of me. Apparently I was wrong. I mean, sure, we do have more of an inkling of how Mashiro is, in a sense. We've seen what her thoughts are, seen her backstory a bit, we've seen her a lot more than Masaya this route, I should say. I don't think I would have pictured her as well as that type of person. Yeah, I think maybe knowing her backstory helped, not painting her that way, but even still, I don't think I would have. Anyway. Not that I honestly thought she'd want expensive jewelry, but the idea of her asking me for a fancy ring or something just seemed a little cute.
確かに無理難題かもしれませんけど、ダメだったら断ってくださってもいいですし。
I'm not sure I'll be able to. Sorry. I'm not sure I'll be able to with that sad face she's giving me. Okay, tell me what it is and I'll think about it.
いざとなったら先輩は黙ってうんってうなずいてくださればいいですから。
So I'm not free to say no. I let out a brief sigh and shrugged my shoulders. Well, we've got to get that win first anyway.
必ず。はい。
If that comes true, I know this perfectly blue sky will become a lasting memory. I'm not scared anymore. This beautiful azure world is only inhabited right now by me. I mean, she's right there with you, so it's not just you, only you. And Mashiro, yeah. And Mashiro's mom. Okay, that was funny. I'm not sure why Botan is here. I just want to mention the part with her reward system. If this is gonna go with how, I just hope he starts to notice something or feel something towards Mashiro before then, because I don't know how I would feel if she confesses as the reward and we seeing no improvement from his side. It will feel weird to me, but I mean that's how this route has been for me with Masaya, so huh?
おにぎり食べる？朝ごはんに握ってきたんだけど。お母さん？なんで？だって真白がいつでも見に来てもいいって言ったんじゃない。朝と夕方の自主練。
You're practicing in the evening too?
言ったけど、っていうか自主練のことは内緒にしてくれないと。そうなの？ああ、ひなたくん、お久しぶり。お一つどうぞ。
Sure, thanks.
渡さないで。遠慮しないで。ほら、一気にガブッと。
Alright.
先輩も食べないで。
The filling is udon?
あら、それ大当たり。
What she says, あら、それは... Sorry.
あら、それ大当たり。
それは、getting that.
あら、それ大当たり。
What? Okay. Anyway, what she's saying is that is almost like a jackpot, like you've won big in a sense. So from what I can gather from that is each rice pool is different, and the one he picked was the winner in a sense.
なんでよりにもよって今日来たの？
Okay, so nothing more came from that. Okay. I mean, it was alright. The weekend is now here.
よろしくお願いします。
Okay. So I should have noticed by the school change, but anyway, we're at the Kurofuji? No, I can't remember the name. Anyway.
よろしくお願いします。
Takafuji. It's close. We're currently at Takafuji Academy, ready to start our joint practice session.
さあ、行きますわよ。
After the signal from Takafuji's new president, the players fly off in a flock.
僕の引退後、彼女、佐藤くんが妙に張り切っていてね。
Myoji is almost like unusual. So he feels like it's quite an unusual display of determination. I'm not surprised. Shino-san led with pure charisma, but Tsuruin-san seems to have a knack for raising the morale of the team.
どうやら僕が泥を塗ってしまった上昇高藤を立て直そうとしてくれているらしい。
I was just thinking, I wonder why... what was her name? It's on top of my tongue. Kurobuchi. I wonder why Kurobuchi hasn't done anything in this route. obviously it's not Rin, I think was her name. Sorry, it's been a while. I can't remember some names. Rika, sorry, not Rin, Rika. I wonder why Rika. Obviously, this isn't Rika's roots. I know Kurobuchi obviously isn't the focus here. But in a sense, nothing has really changed that much from Rika's roots and this route. So there hasn't been any problems, I guess you could say, with Takafuji's club. Which obviously in turn also means that Takafuji will be stronger this autumn compared to Rika's route. But yeah, we'll see. Shino-san was the undisputed champion for years, up until this year, when he was blown off the water by a no-name Skywalker from Kairyo. It sounds bad when you put it like that, but it's basically the truth. It was the biggest upset to hit this region in a long time. It was even covered by internet news outlets. Shino-san, don't say that. You put up a respectable performance.
もちろんそうさ。僕が乾咲君に負けただけのことだ。高藤が改良に負けたとは思っていない。彼女はきっとそれを証明してくれると僕は確信している。
You've left the club in capable hands.
おかげで引退が若干寂しかったくらいだよ。そちらはどうだい？まだ1年早いけれど更新は。
Well, we only have one first year in our club.
有坂君だったかな。
Yeah, I haven't given it too much thought, but I guess I'm a little bit concerned about the club's future. It'd be nice to see her as president leading a new bunch of members.
お互い憂いは少ないのかな。
Well, like you said, I still have a year left.
やっぱり僕もあと1年遅く生まれたかったな。
And that isn't a regret?
日向君、佐藤君、乾君、倉科君、飛沢君は引退してしまったが。
Yes. Misaki didn't show up today.
はあ、いいな。
You sure are quick to admit things.
素直な気持ちだよ。
We both share a smile. You'll be missed.
ありがとう。
Then we share a handshake. Okay. It's now past noon. We separated the players based on playstyle like we did last time. I've already been to the all-rounders and fighters and am now working with the last group, the speeders. So give me 10 high yo-yos. Honestly, it feels strange practicing such large groups after it's been just 3 people for so long. You can still help people out individually, but it's next to impossible to keep your eyes on everyone. They have almost 10 managers who share the workload, but leading such a large group must have still been tough for Shindo-san. Practice is practically one-on-one sessions at Konohama, which is nothing at all like Takafuji's style. You can really see why our methods are much more effective. In all fairness though, I highly doubt Takafuji is showing us all of their cards.
先輩、
What's up, Mashiro?
大変なことに気づいちゃいました。
Listening?
ここだけの話ですが、
She draws closer to me.
私 FC 上手くなってるかもしれません。
This is apparently some shocking revelation to her. Of course you're good. I knew that. Hmm? So I just want to see what she said in Japanese. It says roughly the same thing, yeah. So I just thought maybe that what he said could come off as something else, like a good comparison is the term skiatte, which is to go out. or join me to go out, and say it's like it can be referred to as also as going out. Go out with me. So that's why I thought maybe he said something along those lines in terms of he says something and then it can be assumed to be something else, but no, I don't think it's that. Why are you just standing there?
いえ、なんかこうあまり聞き慣れない感じの言葉だったので。
Okay. I was just thinking about how our one-on-one methods are superior, but I overlooked one very obvious downside. Mashiro doesn't have anyone to compare herself to. Actually, she does have someone, but it's Asuka, which is even worse. I know Mashiro's working her hardest. She wants to get better day by day, and continually learn new things. That's not something everyone can do.
私ってこう何をやっても結局はダメかなって部分ありますし。
It seems her stagnant relationship with Misaki is a major contributor to her low self-esteem. Did you forget our promise?
勝ちます、絶対勝ちますですけど。
She's still having trouble believing in herself. She may be able to acknowledge the work she puts in, but she's had little to no opportunities to see the fruits of that effort. So the answer is simple. I just have to give her the confidence she needs. I wasn't trying to hide it from you or anything, so I'll say it again. You've gotten good, Mashiro. You've gotten good. I don't know why that sounds so odd to me. Maybe you've improved, or I don't know.
もちろんそうありたいとは思っていますが。
If you want my unbiased opinion, I'd say you're on par with Takafuji's best. Some people already have their eyes on you. They undoubtedly recognized her as a potential threat. They've mostly been collecting data on Asuka today, but you can tell more people have been assigned to Mashiro over the course of the day. Still, saying she's on par with Takafuji's best might be a bit of an overstatement from now.
今からちょっとお腹が痛いふりとかしたら、今日の試合少し手加減してもらえるでしょうか。
Why do you have so little confidence in yourself?
だって今日の試合だけは絶対に勝ちたいですから。
Because of the reward?
はい、覚悟してください。
Was the reward scheduled for today or the tournament? I would have hoped it was for the tournament, but we'll see. I don't know if I want to be... What is she going to ask for? My blood? Okay. Alternatively, it could be to keep a 10-meter distance from Misaki at all times. See, that's why I'm so confused with him at times. He has not a single inkling of the possibility of how she feels towards him. And I don't get that feeling how he feels with her at all. So, I don't know. You know what I think, Mashiro?
はい。
I think it's about time for you to be rewarded for your efforts.
Huh?
And not just because of all the work you've been putting in lately, either. You've been giving the club 110% ever since we first started. I could tell you were putting in just as much effort as Misaki and Asuka. It's your turn, your time, Mashiro. You deserve to be happy.
先輩。
She looks at me and says,
そのセリフ、なんだかすっごく負けフラグの匂いがするんですけど。
You've been playing way too many games.
それに、先輩に報われてもいい頃だと言われるのは、なんだか複雑です。当事者なんですから。
Alright, we're fighting together.
私は全部の力と勇気を振り絞りますから、先輩もできれば全力で答えてください。 試合もその後もです。
I think what she means here is rather everything I have is more like your response or something, like your answer. In a sense, that's what I'm getting from how she was talking about after this match. Oh, what's coming after it exactly?
その話は後でいいとしまして、ですからそれまではこう練習も抑えめに行こうかと。
So you still want to go through with that? I'm not sure it's such a good idea.
どういう意味です？
Look, Ichinose has been watching our conversation for a while now.
一ノ瀬さん？
I mean, it doesn't seem like she's trying to eavesdrop, but there's definitely a reason why she's staring.
どういうことなんでしょう？
I wonder if she's trying to put two and two together between them waking up early that one day. My guess would be she's trying to judge your skill and see how much you've improved since she last saw you.
まさか。
Well, we can just go ask her. Hey, Ichinose. And I'm guessing she covers his mouth.
ちょっと先輩、突然何抜かしてくれちゃってるんですか？黙ってください。シーです。シ
What are you doing? How that weren't you jumping me?
ー。やっぱり。
Yeah. I feel like she started noticing something with Mashiro, or she's assuming that they're together already. Ishino covers her mouth like she said something she didn't mean to.
今やっぱりって言ってませんでした？
People say that those with skill can recognize it in others. Maybe she figured out your skill. I don't think so.
今のシーで何がわかるんですか？
Maybe the way you jumped at me reminded her of Grace Aris, the legendary American Skywalker?
どなたですそれは？
Oh, Ichinose left.
自分でも気づかない弱点とか見抜かれたんでしょうか？
I sure hope not. Guess I'll go ask her myself. You wanna join me?
お願いします。
The two of us head after Ichinose to see what she meant by that comment.
それは私としては非常に言いづらいことなんですけど。
Yeah. She throws a glance at Mashiro, then me, before awkwardly looking to the side. Don't worry, Ichinose, we won't mind.
どんな小さなことでもいいの。お願いします。というか、そもそもお二人は勘違いされているのではと思うのですが。勘違い。
Okay, so I think what she was saying here, kanji tai. Sorry, I can't speak Japanese lately. I don't know why. Anyway, so I think what she's trying to say here is the level is different. Obviously, we know that the conversation levels are different. We're thinking of, or Mashiro and Masaya are thinking of one thing, and Rika is thinking of another thing. But with the way she's worded it, I believe she's referring to the levels are different. In other words, your level is not up to par with me in a sense, is what Mashiro is assuming she's saying. That just makes things more confusing. But the question is what exactly she was referring to. Is she implying our practice methods are wrong? Fundamental flaw in Mashiro's playstyle? Or is this something everyone else gets, but we don't?
お二人の表情を見てると、きっとまだ何か違うんだろうなって気がします。お二人の表情を見てると、きっとまだ何か違うんだろう。お願い、教えて、一ノ瀬さん。
So I think what she said here was, when I see you two together,
お二人の表情を見てると、きっとまだ何か違うんだろうなって気がします。
so I'm a bit slow today. It's actually getting to me. The feeling I get when I see you two together, きっとまだ何か get a different feeling when they see both of them together. I know it's hard to give criticism to a friend, but could you please tell us? We want to improve. Okay, this obviously is referring to one thing, and obviously Eureka is referring to another thing. And with him saying this, it's going to sound like, can you please tell us how we can get closer to each other in a sense?
わかりました。お二人が望まれるならお話しします。ただし、辛くなったらいつでも止めてください。
Her tone sounds pretty stern, but did we overlook something critical? A little bit of criticism isn't going to demotivate us. Isn't that right, Mashiro?
はい。何回、何十回、何百回繰り返しても絶対にやめません。
She didn't say anything about what we love, so... But yeah.
そうだったんですか。
Yeah.
全然知らなかったです。いつの間にかお二人がそんなことに。
She seems to be taken aback by the level of our trust.
でも、だとしたら、ちょっと控えてくださると助かるのですが。何の話？
Yeah, she's just saying, what are you talking about? By the time Mashiro and I realized the disconnect, it's already too late.
朝帰りというのは、若いお二人なら仕方のないことかもしれません。いえ、わかりませんけど、もう少し周囲に気を使えばトラブルも抑えられるかと。
Spending the night at their significant others? What?
ちょっと何の話してるの？ですから3日ほど前の朝、有坂さん、日向さんの部屋から朝帰りされてましたよね。シーッとか声を潜めたりして。私が先輩の部屋から朝帰り？
Right, that's morning.
でもお二人の絆がそれほどだったなんて、何回何十回何百回繰り返しても絶対にやめないだなんて、ちょっと素敵ですね。羨ましいです。そんなことしてません。まだ一回もしてません。
Saying not yet only makes us think we're going to eventually. At least there wasn't some criticism of Mashiro's flying circus play. With all the members of Takafuji and Konohama collectively staring at us, I opt to ignore reality and take my mind elsewhere. Okay. That took me a bit out of it. I'm just gonna leave it a bit earlier today. Short tapes, I guess you could say. It was alright. We are now at the practice matches, and I'm quite looking forward to it, seeing how we can now compare how much she's improved properly. Because we haven't, in her route, we haven't actually seen much of Flying Circus at all, actually. It's been quite bare, I guess you could say. Yeah. So today we got a bit of the finish. We ended a bit of the blue sky part, I guess you could say. With a bit of a comedy-esque there with Mashiro's mother. Then we entered the arc of the training with Takafuji, talking with Shindo, And then we ended with talking with Mashiro and then Rika. I really do enjoy Mashiro's development still. Even now, as we're going through it, I still quite enjoy it, but to me there's too much of a divide between her and Masaya. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not used to it. Most visual novels I play, or even like manga, or any romance-esque media, I guess you could say, the male and female characters are roughly, they fall in love roughly at the same time, or roughly, it's hard for me to talk about it. Just feels weird having such a big disconnect. Because I don't feel that way with Masaya at all in terms of how he feels with Mashiro. I'm just trying to think now, like, there hasn't been like a moment, apart from the Blue Sky arc, when they're talking with the Blue Sky and like that, with him explaining his emotions and his feelings to Mashiro. That was possibly the closest thing they've probably had in terms of the one-on-one developing each other. But even then, it still didn't feel that way. And with him talking at the beginning of this training session with Takafuji, again, it felt like he went back to square one on how he views Mashiro. I must be missing something somewhere. Or maybe I'm just not getting something on how he feels. Yeah, I don't know, it's hard for me to explain. I don't know. I'm really at a loss for words with Masaya, honestly. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing the next episode, seeing how the training sessions go. Obviously we mainly only have Asuka. Oh, we do have Shion as well, but I don't know how if we're going to see anything regarding him. But I wonder how Asuka's going to perform, and Mashiro specifically. Then again, it's only a training session, so I might not get too much into it. Anyway, we'll see you until next time. For now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time.